Welcome back to Riding Bikes in San Diego. Bachman is open again. And for those who don't know, Bachman is the street that connects Mission Valley to the Hillcrest area specifically. So we're going to ride it. It's brand new. They just opened this up a few days ago. I'm going to ride it and show it to you. Honestly, I knew that they were doing the construction. I did not expect a redesign of the road itself. But we have that now. So I'm happy to walk you through it, which is not to say it's perfect. And as we wait for this light here, I just want to point out that there's already somebody parked in the bike lane. There's some kind of utility vehicle hanging out over there. So I was just taking that in for a second. This whole thing is redesigned though. They completely gutted and remodeled everything. So I'll use the bike lane as soon as I get around this electrical truck. And here we are in paint. And as we all know, especially those who watch this channel, paint is not protection. My first impression of this is that this painted lane is also quite narrow, especially for the speed that we're going to pick up when we go down this hill here. It's a pretty steep grade, and you end up gaining a lot of speed right here. So I'm not comfortable being in that lane with the little texture change for the gutter. So I'm really riding in the buffer, on the buffer, and that's just how I feel safe. I mean, maybe it's better that they didn't put barriers in here so that I don't feel pinched in there, but this is, it's very narrow and you go very fast. So this is what we got now. It's very smooth though. The pavement's nice. The pavement here before, if I recall, wasn't horrible. I never felt like I was gonna hit a pothole and eat it on my way down or anything, but that's okay. As we approach the bottom here, the green paint is there and flex posts come in towards the end, but I'm not going to the right, so I merged over to the left. I need to make a left turn. I mean, it's nice that we have the green and all those flex posts off to the right. But for those of us who aren't going to the right, you know, I'm just going to be in the left lane the same way I would be anyway. And then we turn on Taylor here. Had I made a right, that's useful to go to Fashion Valley Mall or Mission Valley or head places across the freeway. You go under it. But I'm on Taylor now because I want to go towards the Old Town area. That's the errand I have to run. That's where I need to be. So I'm on Taylor, and you end up in this painted bike lane that has overgrowth, and it stops and starts. It becomes sharrows at some point, and I just leave this in here because it's great to have a new design on a road and new infrastructure, but we should also look at where that infrastructure is going, and this infrastructure goes into nonsense as far as I'm concerned. We're now turned around. We're coming back from the west heading east, and as you can see, it's just a painted gutter. It's faded in some spots. It's really a drainage ditch over here at this point. I don't know where that leak is coming from. But now we're going to go up Bachman. And the video is only half over. But we have some time to think about what we're seeing, to muse about some of these ideas. We end up on this Sharrow section, which is painted red. But if there were drivers here, we would be in conflict with each other. Drivers would be having to wait behind me. So over here where it widens out a bit, I'm able to get onto a separated bike path. And for going uphill, I like this quite a bit. It's nice that drivers have their 2 lanes to themselves. I don't have to hope that they're patient. I don't have to hope they see me. I don't have to worry about them eking by me and giving me just like a foot or two while they try to pass. This is nice. Up here on the curb, I think the curb is enough. I don't know if we need any other barriers or anything like that. That's totally fine with me. There also seems to be some sidewalk texture off to the right, and access to electrical boxes, which starts to make me think that maybe this is less about bike safety and pedestrian safety and more about providing utility access. But to their credit, whoever designed this, this used to all be parking. This was just parking spot after parking spot after parking spot, even though there was a gigantic parking garage at the top of the hill. And it looks like they leveled that whole thing and rebuilt everything up there, which I didn't expect. I didn't know how far they were going to go with all this, and like I said earlier, I'm pleased at this. I would much rather be riding this road up to the Hillcrest area than taking the road through Presidio Park, where it's only 2 lanes in each direction and you're in constant competition with drivers who want to be going up the hill. And to a degree, I think I'd rather have this than Texas. Also, Texas is the lane is on level with just flex posts, and that's a dangerous situation. This is kind of nice, though it is long and it is steep. The only reason I'm going as fast as I am right now is because I'm on an e-bike. And so maybe I'm going like 11, 12 miles an hour right now. I'm trying to conserve my battery because I left the house without a full charge. I left at about 40%, and I think that when I hit this hill, I was at 34, and by the time I got to the top, I was at 27%. And those of you who ride e-bikes know that when you start getting into that 30% area, the battery tends to drain faster depending on the intensity of the hill. But I made it all the way up. I didn't mind it. I thought this was kind of funny. This hill to my right, there are signs that say careful, delicate habitat, but that's not a habitat. That's an embankment that they just created from scratch. It's irrigated and everything. But I understand you put up signs like that because you don't want people in there messing around with things. We're still on the separated bike path, but now it just feels like an elaborately wide sidewalk, and these curb cuts come in. I wish there was a little more warning if there were drivers trying to whip in here. It'd be cool to have a little bit more infrastructure somehow, or notice for drivers, but hopefully everything's wide open enough so that everybody sees what's going on. We reached the top of this, and there's a new design here. I want to make a left. I don't want to keep going straight. Besides, I have a red light, and I'm gonna wait. I'm just chilling because I don't have the light, and I don't want to make it dangerous. But we speed up a bit. A driver does go, and then I start to realize that maybe there's no sensors for me at all. So I just go through, and then I have the light, and I make it. So this is going up and down Bachman. We get this little bit of bike paint here, and then we are back in the neighborhood of Hillcrest doing what we're used to. But here we are. We have access again. Let me know what you think about it. And from here, we are going to drive less and ride a bike. Thanks.